What's up, y'all? So today what we're going to tackle in this video is we're going to make a Tie Avenger MOC that I found from a builder over on rebrickable. His name is codyanerbricks. Y'all should check him out. He's got some good stuff. But for this MOC, it's actually a mod of a few sets. First off, the Imperial TIE Fighter from 2021, as well as not one, but 6 of these Millennium Falcon poly bags that we keep seeing everywhere. So if you're excited to see how this turns out and what modifications I plan on making in the future, drop a like down below if you haven't already, subscribe, and we'll hop right into it. All right, what's up, y'all? So I wanted to first, again, shout out the builder. He did such a good job on putting this MOC together. And any of my critiques or things I want to improve on it are just for me personally and are no knock against him. I think he did a great job using the pieces and the constraints he gave himself to make the best model for y'all. But first I want to talk a little bit about the wings and the silhouette, right? I think this ship, from the front and the sides, it looks like the TIE Avenger. And I think that's the most important part. If you look on it dead on, it looks menacing. It looks like a knife that can cut through, right? The skies, and I really appreciate that about this ship and about this model. But a few things I want to change, right? Well, the wings, to start off, I think he got the shape perfect, dead on, right? But I think the texturing is a little overkill. I think in universe it is more bland. It's made out of 3 segments, right? This middle segment and the 2 ends of this just flat tan or dark tan and gray panel, and that's what I want it to be for my collection, and that's something I will implement when I go about modifying this MOC. Again, same for this side panel. It looks great on the model how it is, and anyone who isn't a hyper nerd who didn't just watch the shows, the episodes to compare to this MOC, right, wouldn't realize, but it's just too hyper detailed. But again, great. It looks great and nobody's going to care otherwise. But for me personally, that's something I want to change. Another thing I want to point out that the builder did really well was he was pretty creative in making these, the guns, the missiles, right? The guns here, like I was actually impressed just putting those together. A little tedious stacking 4 studs, 16 times, right? But I think it gives off a really good effect. But a minor inaccuracy I noticed is, according to the reference images and what I saw, these top ones don't exist. They're not supposed to be there. And an odd thing is I did notice that across a lot of other models out there that I've seen just around, right? But in universe, they don't exist on the top, which is kind of confusing. But that's something I'm going to change and fix on my model right here to make it better. Another thing that I wish was included, but I understand why, again, it wasn't, is I want to figure out how to make that the gun that pops out, right, and just disintegrates that range trooper in the beginning of the episode, or the middle, rather. I think that was super epic and iconic, and that's something I want to include and put into my model. One thing that he did really well, if we turn around to the back, is I really like some of the minor detailing back here. I like these stripes. That's accurate for that engine, right? And then this angle and this little door hatch, right, that comes out. Because in the show, this is where Andor and the pilot and whomever go in from. And you can't fit minifigures in there. No, it doesn't touch the ground like it should, right? But that little bit of a detail in that angle just kind of makes it look good. It's notable, it's important, and I think it kind of adds a little more detail to this model that necessarily didn't have to happen. But one thing I don't like is the curves. Again, that's the nature of the sets he used. He came a crap ton of those from those poly bags. There were, I don't know, 16 to 20 left, right, when I was done making this model. But those are the pieces he had, and that's something I can easily fix in my model. Another thing that's just a nitpick is this piece right here doesn't belong at all, just like the printing. That does not exist on the TIE Avenger from my recollection and from what I looked at and what I saw. It's really just there for you. It looks better, right? Adds a little bit of printed detail. And one thing that he also did really well that I want to incorporate is the cockpit here. I've got Andor in here from the U-Wing. But just the way he did the controls and these red lights, like, it makes it feel right. It gives it the right vibe. It looks accurate to the source material, and I really appreciate that. But overall, I really love this model. Any of the critiques are just like things that I want to change myself. I think the builder did such a good job using the constraints he gave himself in an attempt to make this a budget-friendly model. He did wonderful. But another big thing that I want to do to this model for me is I want to make it smaller. I think if you think about scaling, it's probably around minifigure scale. I'm not an expert. Somebody comment down below if you know better. But when it scales to my U-Wing model that I have, it's way too big. So I want to make it smaller, and while that might be a big big bill, right, it's something I'm willing to try to tackle. If not, of course, I'll just make those minor modifications that I want. But I think I can, and I think I will try to make this model smaller so that it looks better and displays better with my U-Wing. But that's all my thoughts on this model. Again, please go ahead and give that builder a lot of support. If it's only just a comment on his instructions, I think that'll help him a lot. And if you like the model, go purchase the instructions. They go for about €8. I don't know what that translates to American dollars, but it's not that much, and it goes a long way to help these builders put out these beautiful MOCs for us to enjoy. But that's all I have for today. Please comment maybe what's your favorite part, or things you think I should change or upgrade on this model. And if you like the video, please drop a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers, and that would really mean a lot to me. We're hovering around 30 right now, and I just want to share my love for Lego, for Star Wars, for Medieval, to anyone who shares that passion. So thank you again for all the support, and stay safe out there.